Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Ronnie B., and I welcome you to the Prosperous Divas webinar. And tonight our webinar is Prosperous Living, Producing Results with Velocity. This is session number 5, and we're continuing with Breaking the Chains, Convicted by Your Own Words, Part 2. So let's go ahead and kick everything off with a little bit of something to put us in the space of prosperity and get the energy flowing. So enjoy this selection.
The breakup. Too many wasted years, no more wasted tears, standing here on my own too. They say I gave up. Nah, I gave you love that you didn't appreciate. You took it for granted like my love was a waste, sealing your fate because I no longer walk down lonely street. Hell, it took a while, but truth, you was never truly for me. Finally seeing clearly as your well runs dry. Walking away with no tears in sight, gained insight, I still pray for you at night. You lost your hold. I've moved on, learning again how to live life, love right. Breaking up is hard to do, but I got it. Retaining knowledge of how to do it right, leaving it all behind. I'm in recovery. Our history soon to be a distant memory, a shattered piece of my past, one not meant to last. It's sad. You'll feel the repercussions like an aftershock. Nope, it wasn't my fault, but I'll take the blame. Just to refrain from doing this again, I refuse to be bitter in the end. I am amazing, and you didn't get to damage me. You were lucky to have me, but no more. You feeling dehydrated, and I'm feeling liberated, giving you up even the score. My heart don't hurt anymore. It's no longer sore. The breakup. Tough love, like lost and found, like rain coming down to cleanse and restore. You wish I was standing at the door, but you don't get to hear my footsteps in the dark anymore. No more dreaming of you. Yeah, the truth that I've been through because of you, and now I'm through because of you. You don't get to keep me down, and you don't get to keep me around. You missed it. My worth. I still see how you failed to recognize that I am a warrior among these thieves, and I felt you trying to bleed me weak. But you don't understand that I am destined to do great things. I happily stepped on your throne. I used it as a stepping stone, refusing to look back. This part of my past, I happily place in this big black trash bag, ready for pickup. I'm chunking you deuces because this is the breakup. Breakup.
All right, Shani the Poet and the breakup. And we're going to have a little conversation about the breakup. All right, and tonight's workshop, Breaking the Chains, Convicted by Your Own Words, Part 2. This was such an involved inquiry, and it's so deep and so transformative that to really give you enough to work with, we had to break it up in the 2 segments. All right, from vague to specific, supercharging results, and the Divine Mind Prosperity Blaster. Now let me just check in to make sure. Diva Nikki, did we get your connectivity straightened out?
My connectivity is straightened out, and I am ready to roll.
All right, she's ready to rock and roll and rock and roll. That is a freebie for all that. You will not be charged for that bit of bad singing. And let me see if Diva Nakia, if her connectivity is there or is she in stealth mode. Diva Nakia, are you in stealth mode? Okay, she may be in stealth mode. We will find out. But let me turn this over to Diva Nikki.
All right. Convicted by your own words. Thank you for joining us tonight for session number 5 of Prosperous Living, Producing Results with Velocity. I am Diva Nikki, and I am joined by none other than Ronnie B. and Diva Nakia, who are your course leaders for this 6-part series. Prosperous Living, Producing results with velocity is specifically designed for each participant to have a measurable and quantifiable breakthrough in living prosperously by producing specific, measurable results from inquiring into these basics. They are the distinctions of velocity, results, boldness, and integrity, form the heart or center of power in manifesting our deepest and most important desires. Let's continue our inquiry, breaking the chain, convicted by your own words. Let's check in with the team and see what has opened up for them during the inquiry this week into the breakup. Ronnie B?
The breakup. I love that poem. And
I love it too.
I love that poem. It really is awesome. It really, really is. And, just to go back, that the breakup is when the fragmentation of being. But I'm not going to get into that deeply. But what I'm going to say is what has opened up this week is being able to be present to structures that sabotage my efforts. And to be specifics, habits are structures. And I saw habits that when I created the habit, they had a purpose, and they were, and they produce results or whatever that is. And now those same habits are just taking up time. And they're actually creating doubt. So that's something. And I've seen structures where, and I'm deliberately using the word structure, structures that have no place for who I say I am and what I'm up to. And they're not good, they're not bad, they're not, in one way they are insidious, but not like the devil or something like that, just the nature of, oh my God, the impact. So that's just an observation, and I'll share deeper later on.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say, ironically for myself since last week, I still have not been able to find the words or the expression to what I was present to or to what happened that had me stuck last week, where I thought I could say, well, this, when this happened, then this is what caused this. So I'm actually looking forward to us delving into things a little bit more, and not because I don't think there's anything wrong, but I think if there's something there that needs to be addressed because of that, or that's been tapped into, then you know me. I'm like, let's get it. Let's get to it, so we can get better. I'm all about getting better.
You say don't be having no. Now look, like I ain't scared, but don't be having no. Now where did that come from? Just throw it at me,
Yeah. Yeah.
Up here lurking in the background. Like being a Lucy. You go to kick the football. You like, what happened to me? Okay, yeah, I got it. Let's check in to see if Diva Nakia is in stealth mode. If we got her connectivity. Okay. Nope, don't see her.
Okay. So moving right along, the breakup. We're going to have an inquiry. We call, if you haven't guessed it by now, the breakup. Earlier, you heard a little poetry from Shani, the original Sunshine Princess of Poetry, with her awesome performance of the breakup. So, for our inquiries into the current world we make the distinction, which is the context or framework for our conversations and training. The current world is distinct from the real or physical world. The current world is composed of the conversations you have for and about the real world or physical world. The conversations you have for and about the real or physical world shape your experience of life. Your experience of life is your life. Thus, the conversations you have for and about the real or physical world is the fabric of your life. The listening that's already there, persistent complaints, superstitions, and the lies color our conversations for the world in ways that create barriers, cause integrity issues, produces unnecessary struggle and failure. Given we are divine beings with divine powers, why do we have those things more correctly? Why do those things have us? Now, I'm not going to make you think on this one. I want you to try on something. You create them as fulfillment of the power of your word, and you were not aware you were creating them. As beings, when we are born into the physical or real world, we are whole, complete, and filled with love and joy. In time, there are barriers we create to the experience of being whole, complete, filled with love and joy. Why do we do that? What is immediately present for you hearing that statement? Now, I'm going to pause for a moment so that you can get present. So, for many, what is present is a variation of something happened. Because of that, a barrier was created. Makes sense? When we are coming from a physical world, try this on. There was a time when something happened, or many things happened. It may have been bad or something terrible, yet no barrier was created. Regardless of what happened, you still experienced being whole, complete, and filled with love and joy. There was something that happened, and once it happened forevermore, as a divine being, your experience of life included barriers to the presence of being whole, complete, and filled with love and joy. And the Divas distinguish that as the breakup. Before we go deeper into our inquiry of the breakup, I'm going to have a little conversation to create the framework. Some would say the divine said, "Let there be light," which was a command to the universe, and the universe reacted, and there was light. Being creations or children of a divine being, we possess the powers bestowed upon divine beings. When we are connected to our divine power and own that power and are responsible for that power, when we say chair, a chair will manifest in the spiritual and physical world. When we say mountain, move from here to there, mountains spiritually, physically, and mentally move right now. Our casual remarks, good, bad, or indifferent, are filled with divine power. The universe makes no distinction. It always follows our commands. Let me say that again. Our casual remarks, good, bad, or indifferent, are filled with divine power. The universe makes no distinction. It always follows our commands. Our experience of life, our power to create and manifest results in the spiritual, physical, mental world are ultimately a function of our words. Our communications with the universe, ourselves, and others is the delivery mechanism to live and experience lives of love, power, freedom, and full self-expression. The world does not give who you are being. You create the world you experience as a manifestation of who you are being and the conversation you create. There is no world out there. There's a physical world. That physical world does not determine your experience or reaction. You are powerful beyond measure. And with that being said, we are going to have a team share. Ronnie B., what are your thoughts on all of that?
I want to hang out with you.
You know what? Okay.
I'm like, hey, look, I want to hang out with the powerful being here. And yeah, I want to get to all of that chair, mountain move. Yeah, I'm with the program and stuff. And
I co-sign. I am complete. I'm in complete agreement.
And I have to, and while I'm so much in that space, the other part is that those barriers got included. Darn it.
Yes. Uh-oh.
Darn it. Now, I am going to share, we are going to have a little more conversation because, Diva Nikki, you're not the only one who, it's there, there's something present, but haven't nailed it. Okay, and the thing is, and just something to share, that's not a bad. Like I said, this is an advanced course, y'all. And I'm going to apologize to some of the newbies just so I can be responsible that when we were creating the course, we weren't present. That for us is not advanced. You know, kind of like the water you swim in. Well, hey, you know, if you're already, let's say, an Olympic swimmer, you may not notice that, you know, hey, this other person is still in the baby pool. You know, it's like you have to kind of bring people along. So, and I stand in as a power, from the power of my word, that you will have value. It's not important that you get every distinction. You know, we have lots of course. We have it on. It's on video. You can like replay it and kind of, you know, review it and see what happens. Because there's no right or wrong. It's what you get out of it. So take away what you can. If there's something that really bugs you, you know, email us, Facebook us, or something, and you know, we'll see what we can do there. But it's perfect wherever you're at in this conversation, and it really is. And but while I really get present to, you know, and just how powerfully Diva that was just so much power and energy and presence, you know, that there's no world out there. You know, there's no big bad world out there. You know, yes, there's a physical world. Yes, things happen to that. But the experience, my reactions are my choice. The world isn't saying you must feel this way. No, I'm saying I feel this way from what I see in the world. And I get to dictate that. So very, very powerful what you just shared. Did we get Diva Nakia?
Diva Nakia.
Diva Nakia, check, see if she's in it. She's going to stealth her way in, but that's what I got.
And you know, for me, I am definitely present to the power of our words. And even in praying, So people sometimes say to me that I'm a little stern or I'm a little harsh or firm when I correct them on some things, on some casual statements when they're joking with some things about me. And I tell them, well, the reason I do that is because whether you are aware of it or not, I am totally aware of the power of words. Therefore, I am very careful and very mindful of the words that I speak about my life, about myself, about my situation, and the words that people say to me and or about me with me because of that power. So I speak life, I speak health, I speak prosperity. If someone comes to me and says, "Oh, you know, you're doing this because you don't have, you just don't have the money to do this," so you just let me correct you. I am financially free. I am financially free. I was just playing. I don't play like that. I'm financially free. Well, you know, they might even, it can sometimes, there's this thing with some women where, as friends, they use a word amongst their peers that to me is derogatory. And that is, you know, this is my girl, or this is, instead of saying this is my friend, they say, this is my B, girl, you my B, well, you can't talk to me like that. I'm not in your circle. You're not in my circle. No one in my circle can say, you my B. No, I don't, because I'm not. That's how cool we're not.
Well, except for when you are, but other than that.
Okay. So, so it's just, little things like that. But I'm also,
Diva Nick, I just wanted to say, no, not a little thing. That's a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And in their conversation, it's a small thing.
Right.
But if you throw a pebble into a pond, those ripples can go out a long way.
Yeah.
And that's like somebody throwing it's a pebble, just a pebble, and ripple, ripple, ripple through your pond.
Yes.
So, and others may not be responsible for their words. Well, then that's their experience.
Right.
So if they and not saying that that you're not allowed to be generous.
Mm-hmm.
You know how like you let some things slide. Out of generosity, because look, you know what, I get where they come from. I don't do this, but I'm not gonna make a scene. I'll let it slide. Depends on where you're at. There you can be generous, but you don't tolerate that.
Right.
Like, look, I ain't gonna get to make this no kind of habit. I just let that go because we out with friends, and hey, look, let's just have and I'll just be big enough. But you try to make that a habit. Look, I gotta have a talk with you.
That's right. Exactly. And
I gotta have a talk with you because we're gonna cut this out right now.
Exactly.
Give a woman or a man some rope, and they'll swear they're a cowboy or cowgirl. So
that's exactly it, Ronnie B. Okay, so now that I have given you a little more context, I'm turning the rest of the inquiry over to the voice you just heard, Ronnie B, as we distinguish the breakup. So, Ronnie B.
Oh God, the breakup is so it is so appropriate. You were just such a sweet thing. When we were born, and as children, we experienced life from the context of being whole, complete, filled with love and joy. There was no separation between us, others, the world. We were truly one with it all of it, we were connected, no separation. Now, between the ages of 7 and 9, something happened that forever changed that dynamic. As children, we have no clue the powers we possess, and the universe makes no distinction between adult and children. It simply follows our commands. Now, you may think about that and say that, and I really want you to get that. The universe makes no distinction. And you heard that expressed earlier with Diva Nikki when she said, hey, the universe makes no distinction between a casual comment and a command. So I just want you to get that. The universe does not make a lot of distinctions. It has you sorted out. Now, as adults, we catch ourselves and take commands back before the universe fulfills the command. Now, as children, we are innocent and totally unaware. We have no idea that we need to take a command back because we have no idea that we're commanding. You know, we can be intuitive, we can be smart, but we're not really present. You know, regardless of our intelligence during that period, we're not present that we have power. If we think of power, we think it's imaginary. You know, like a superhero or a cartoon character. We think it's imaginary. But we're not present that we actually have that power. As children, we are innocent and are totally unaware. Now, between the ages of 7 and 9, we had the breakup. When the breakup happened, we were no longer one with others, the world, the universe, and ourselves. Now, note I said we were no longer one with others, the world, the universe, and ourselves. So we fragmented ourselves from ourselves. Think about that. We not only we fragmented ourselves from ourselves. We became separate, and our experience was a world out there, and we needed to make it, to try to fit back into a world we had broken off from. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty back together again. Fragmented. We became fragmented and broken, and from being connected. Now, when that happened, this may not have been some tragic or dramatic event. We can tend to go there like some awful things happen. It can be someone made an offhanded comment. But in that one moment, they might have said it 100 times. They might have said that same comment, but nothing happened. But this time, it did. When that happened, and it may not have been a tragic or dramatic event, we issued an extremely powerful command to that universe that makes no distinction between child and adult. That universe that makes no distinction between casual comment and what's truly intended. You know, you might be thinking, darn it, the universe starting to sound like it's not all that smart. We issued an extremely powerful command to the universe that has shaped our experience of life. We convicted ourselves by our very own words. In a moment, we told the universe who we are, and the universe immediately fulfilled our command. Being children, we said it innocently. Thus, we did not reverse it before it was fulfilled. So the first part of the breakup, something happened, and you were the judge and jury, and guess what? You convicted yourself. You said something to the effect of, I am, or I must be. Now, keep inquiring and see if you can determine your conviction. Don't worry if you can't find it right now. Just keep looking. For some, it may pop up tomorrow or next session. Just keep looking. So everyone take a few minutes while I share what happened and what I convicted or sentenced myself. Look in your life around the time you were 7 and 9 or 9 and see if you can see when you had that breakup and became separate. Don't worry if you can't find the exact time or exactly what happened. Just start the inquiry. Now remember, this is a way of being that you convicted or sentenced yourself in being, expressed in the words a child would say. I must be bad. I am stupid. I must not be important. I'm scared. I'm ugly. I'm nothing. I'm sorry. I am crazy. I must be lazy. I am hurt. So just to give a little clarity, it's going to be words that the sentence is going to start somewhere with I must be or I am, because it's about you. You made a command to the universe on how you are being. And the universe, not being able to distinguish that you were just saying that in the moment, said, oh, this is who you choose to be. Now, there's a difference between my feelings are hurt and I am hurt. One is a conviction, the other an observation or interpretation of your experience. See, my feelings are hurt, that's an interpretation of your experience. So as a kid, a kid can say, well, you got boogers hanging out of your nose. My feelings are hurt. You said that about me. But you haven't convicted yourself. I am hurt is a command. I am hurt. Universe go, oh, you're hurt? Okay. Let me give you that experience of hurt. Now, I don't trust people is a decision or interpretation. I can't be trusted is a command, a conviction that you put on yourself. So it may be valid that you don't trust people and you have reasons for that, like evidence, whatever, or a certain group of people. But that's a decision or interpretation. That's a choice that you make. You can choose to trust them later. So, well, I used to not trust them. Now I trust plenty of them. Okay. The sentence or the conviction, it doesn't change. And just to share a little bit, when I was around 7 or 9 years old, growing up in Chicago, and I grew up a part of my life in the country. And for me, everything was the world. It was pine trees and my dog. And, I lived with my grandparents for a few years. And, we're in the woods in the country, a neighbor, 2 miles away. And I'm this little kid basically by myself. But for me, I never felt lonely or by myself because I was connected with everybody. The word, there was no difference between me and the birdie and the squirrel. They would, I want to see the squirrel, whatever. And, and I got spankings and whoopings and nothing happened. Like it was just life. I was living. I was full of love and joy and life. And I'm walking down the street in Chicago to go to the YMCA. Love to go to the YMCA because they had the after-school stuff, with the games for the kids. And I could go and play air hockey and, and play checkers and see people. And it was just, I was there. I didn't feel separate. But one day I'm walking up to the YMCA, and I'm walking, and this older, bigger kid was passing me. And as he was passing me, he spit in my mouth. And at that moment, I said to myself, I must be nothing. Now, I can give you all the logic, but what I said was I must be nothing. That's what came out of my mouth. It was under my breath because I didn't want him to hear it, but I said, I must be nothing. And at that moment, I can even give present. It just shook me because at that moment, I broke off from all that I was connected to. Now there was a world out there. Now I was a me. Now, so again, we just giving you a little time to kind of look it over. We're going to give you a minute or two, but Diva Nikki, and Diva Nikki, she's working with this exercise. She's working to get some clarity because she knows that there's value. Nothing we do isn't. We don't do stuff to just have you lay something else on you. It's so that you can have value and take advantage of what's available. So, Diva Nikki, what are you present to?
I'm present to try to figure it out. I'm really present to frustration at this point because I'm like wondering, have I done so much work on myself to where I'm so solid in who I am that I can't go back to that place where I just don't see it, or am I being, what's the word I'm looking for here? Or am I not being honest with myself by saying, okay, am I not being honest, with myself because I just can't get there right now. You know what I mean? And so
I'm with you.
And so I'm trying not to. And for me to say I'm a lot, that in of itself says a lot. Because I don't just get stuck on that's not me. So I don't know, Ronnie. I really don't know. Like I thought I had something, last week, and I was like, well, I said I can't serve white people. I ain't taking white people. And you say, no, that ain't it. And I thought I got it. And I'm like, well, no, maybe I don't got it. I think it's it. But then I thought, okay, well, I don't remember what time, right? But I remember when I was younger, I have a gap between my teeth, my top row teeth, and between the front two. And I remember when I was younger, people had these different superstitions. And people that have a gap in their teeth, they lie, that means they lie, and stuff like that. And I'm being like, well, I'm not a liar. I don't just go around speaking lies just to, I'm not a habitual. I didn't say those words because I was a child. But when I was present to, I'm not a liar. And so earlier I thought, okay, maybe I remember not wanting to smile as much at one point because of the gap in my teeth. And I was thinking, okay, well, is that what I was saying to myself? I'm ugly. And then I was like, well, no, because I never thought you were supposed to be ugly. Now, from itty bitty up until now, even Nikki has never, ever, not one area time considered herself to be ugly. So I was thinking, okay, well, maybe I was thinking my smile, because those comments made me ugly. And I'm like, well, no, once again, Diva Nikki ain't never thought I was supposed to be ugly. So So I don't know, Ronnie B. And universe, do not keep me in confusion because I'm speaking clarity in this thing. I see clarity will come.
Yeah. Now, what I wanted, this is great because Diva, this is where probably 80% of the people participating are at. They're right where you're at. And now I will say this, just to, because is that one, I am totally clear that your conviction is not I am a liar. Okay, that is not it. That is not it. But there is something that would be around trust. But you're not a liar, so it's sort of like, okay, well, hey, look, because but it's something there because you kind of appealed it away a little bit, like, okay, well, hey, look, well, I'm not that, so you never commanded yourself to be anything but liar. Okay, and as you said, you never commanded yourself to be anything around ugly. That's and I'm not present to that either one of those fit. But there is something around, and it may be, like I said, it could be an offhand remark, and now what you could be is I must not be trusted. Like as a possibility, because it could be instead of I don't trust, I must not be trusted. Just like for Nakia, I must not be important. And one way to kind of test, okay, because since I can't go like through your memory. I saw the movie where the dude could do that, but I can't sort through folks' memory. I haven't learned that yet. But one way to test for it is to see where it shows up, where you get a sense that people don't trust you. Or you feel like you always have to unnecessarily explain for people to get that you're for people to trust in you, or for you to gain their trust. So you may want to test around it.
Sure. Okay.
Yep. But and I'm only saying it because the words came up and the words will get, and you kind of gave the word. So you just want to test. Like I said, this is an inquiry, and it could not be it. But
I do want to know.
Yeah, but I feel like there's something that's trying to let you know. Okay, you know how like it because you started looking, it's trying to let you know. It's trying to say, hey, look, no, it's over here. So now the conviction will try to steer you away, because that's what it does. It steer you away. But you know how like once you start throwing the light in a direction, something it will be revealed. So again, you're perfect, but I would try on that I must not be trusted, and just kind of inquire where you get a sense, where you've gotten a sense in business dealing, relationships, where no one would say that you were a liar, but you felt like they didn't quite trust what you were up to. Okay? Now, all right, folks. Now, you are either proving or disproving your conviction. So, mine is, I must be nothing, or I'm nothing. And so, if I go out in the evening and it's dress-up time, believe me, I am not going to look like I'm nothing. I'm going to be the total opposite of that. Now, Now, if you look in your world of conversation, and for many, your physical structures, you may start to see the manifestation of your conviction or something to disprove your conviction, which in and of itself is a manifestation of your conviction. It is a vicious circle. It is vicious and cynical. Now, I have a bit of bad news. Your conviction can never be repealed. There is no parole. There are no pardons, and you did it. There is a second part to the breakup. The second part is the question that will not be answered. At the same time you convicted yourself, you also created a question that will never be answered in your experience, and it has many variations. Now, my conviction is I must be nothing. And the question that arose like hand in hand was, what should I do? And the question was not what should I do about being nothing. It's what should I do, period. Now, this question will always show up in some form or another repeatedly, and there will never be an absolute answer. It is unanswerable. What should I do? What should I do now? What should I do later? What if this happens? What should I do? For me, that question goes on repeatedly until I catch myself. Then it sneaks right back in with another form. Well, what should I have done? It's going to work its way in there. And Diva Nikki, anything around a question that seems to come up for you, and no matter how many times it gets answered, the question just kind of comes back up for you.
No, not at this present time.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's fine. You're in the perfect place. Now, I will promise everyone who's in this inquiry, by next session, you will have your conviction and the question that can never be answered. Guaranteed, promise, you will. Now, the conviction and the question that can never be answered are never going to go away. They are the source of the listening that's already there, persistent complaints, superstitions, and the lie. Now, if anyone is feeling like, what is the point of distinguishing your conviction and the question that can never be answered if you can't make it disappear? That is your conviction and the question that can never be answered, working to stay concealed. Why should I bother? That's perfect, because you will not find me. I will stay entrenched. Now, here's the good news. There is no hope. Aren't you happy that's the good news, Diva Nikki, that there is? Whew, man. Hope is not needed for dealing with your conviction or question. Now, something more powerful is required. What is available in recognizing or distinguishing the conviction and the question that can never be answered is the power to create. The power to create is accessed by fully embracing the power of our word and creating structures that support the fulfillment of our word outside of ourselves, independent of the conviction and the question that can never be answered. The power to create lives in the realm of possibility. Possibility is realized or manifested in the physical and spiritual worlds by sharing possibility. When we share, and our sharing leaves others moved, touched, and inspired, new possibilities are opening. New openings for action are revealed. Structures for producing the results you desire with velocity are created. You begin to access real power. Real power. And what is real power? What we say is, in our context, when your environment listens to you as the possibilities you share and create. Now think about that. Your environment does not listen you as the conviction Instead, it interacts with you as possibility. What would be available if your environment interacts and listens to you as possibility? What would be available? Diva Nikki, care to share on that one? If your environment listened to you as the possibilities you share and create, what would be available?
What would be available for me would be, is it just me, or can it be inclusive?
No, this is for what would be available for you.
Well, everything that I touch will turn to gold, literally. Everything that I touch, or shall we say, like everything that I touch would be an instant success if the environment around me was to listen to me and just thrill off that. Everything that I touch would be an instant success. No struggle at all. Ever.
Okay, so if your environment...
That wouldn't be fun, though.
Okay.
That would be boring, though. That wouldn't be challenging. And I actually like to conquer challenges.
Okay, now
I don't know, Ronnie. I'm not the right person to ask that question to.
No, you're actually the right person to ask the question to. But
okay.
and guess what? You're manifesting your sentence and unanswerable question. You are. You really are. I know this is and Diva Nikki, I love you. You're gonna have to get this is the most challenging. You know, I was like, my God, it is. It really is. So and let me just put it like this. How about this? Just from what I heard you say. Okay. What would be available to you if your environment listened you and interacted with you as the possibilities that you shared and created? Well, no struggle doesn't mean that there aren't challenges, but now you're going to have different challenges. Your challenges won't be the ones that you had from the past, because the challenges from the past are from the 7 or 9-year-old whose being was fragmented from everybody. See, all struggle, all of that is from a 7-year-old saying, I must not be trusted. Okay? Now, when, and we're going to get into, this is, we're way ahead, okay? Because this is all, we'll be into this next week. But, you kind of jumped ahead. Okay. So, one thing that's available to you is challenges that are worth the struggle. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If your environment listened to you as the possibilities that you shared and created, one thing that could be available is challenges that are worthy of you struggling. Worthy of the struggle. Worthy of working hard. How do you like that?
I love that. That definitely is more fitting.
Yeah. Now, your conviction and unanswerable question, they do not like what you just said, because it had nothing to do with them. It had nothing to do with the past. For you to even say that has you be in the future. Okay. Now, next session in our finale, we will provide training in the power to create and give you a structure for having conversations for possibility that produce results with velocity. So our conversations in the finale, and let me tell you, we're going to spend like 10 minutes, and everyone will have their conviction and the question that they can't answer. Everyone will have that first 10 minutes. And after that, you will now have the power to create. And we're going to give you the structure for having your conversations, with possibility that produce results with velocity. Now, all power lies in your word. And there's a structure for commanding and having. Okay, there's an actual structure. So we're going to give you that structure. Now, yeah, hey, it's going to be awesome, really, really awesome. Now, thank everybody. Thank you, Diva, Nikki, for hanging in there and just hanging in the inquiry, and and dealing with that. This is not, and this is the meat of our work. Is not about you getting quick stuff, because everybody likes quick, feel goody. I got an insight. Well, we're not trying to give you insights. We promise something bigger than insights. Okay, we promise results. Now, we'll continue the conversation on the other side of the break with from vague to specific. Hey, you know who leads that section? Supercharging results. The time is now 6 o'clock. Please be back ready to begin at 6:06. Enjoy your break. Now is the time. Now is the time. This is the place. And I am the one. Life is filled with adventures, moments of beauty, or heartfelt laughter. So why would I allow the busyness of material life to edge out my deeper priorities and values? Every moment is precious. Now is the time for me to forgive, reach out, and express my love. Now is the time to live as prayer in action, in gratitude for the gift of my life. I recommit today to being fully present in the moment, to the content and awareness of God's presence. I allow Spirit to take charge of my life, aligning my priorities with my values. I trust that I am always in the right place at the right time. I am always in and acting as the presence of Spirit. In faith, I affirm now is the time. This is the place. I am the one. You know what time it is, how it is now the moment for you to wake from sleep. 13:11.
get it right because you don't want to. You gotta decide. Don't lose hope. It only takes time. Relax your body and your mind. You're going back and forth. Get it. It takes slowly, slow. Take it. Oh, you gotta get it back because you don't want to. You gotta decide. You gotta decide. Be cool. Don't rush it. You gotta take time. You gotta get it back because you don't want to. You gotta decide.
Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed the break, and we really intended that the first segment gave you value, and now we have Diva Nikki, who always brings value to the party. Miss Multipreneur, Diva, over to you.
Hey. Y'all know we have one of my favorite parts, which is from vague to specific supercharging results. Now, when we are being vague about our desires or goals, it is to avoid being held accountable for the results. We want to be right, so we are vague to avoid being wrong. Problem is, being vague inherently creates bad results, a vicious circle. It may seem like we are being specific, but we are not. And that allows for the creation of the world that has it occur that we are victims at the mercy of the world out there. When we are vague and we allow others to be vague, it creates an occurring world of lack, want, fear, confusion, and even mistrust. Simple tasks become hard. Molehills become mountains. Now let's review the Divas' first step for having results with what? Velocity. The framework for producing specific, measurable results. The result is finite, absolute. Example, make more money than I have ever made. That is vague. Have $100,000 in profits by the end of the year. That is specific and finite. The result is measurable. I'm going to work really hard to have more clients and make more money than I've ever had. That is vague and not measurable. I'm going to have 10 new clients by October 1st, paying at least $10,000 each. That is specific and that is measurable. Now, here we go. The result has a time limit. By when? If I work harder and have more clients, I will make more money than I have ever had. Now, y'all know that that's vague. I'm going to have 10 new clients by October 1st, paying at least $10,000 each. I will contact 5 prospective clients directly by phone daily. I will have 2 new clients weekly, paying at least $10,000. I will do this until I reach my goal of 10 new clients by October 1st, guaranteeing I will have $100,000 in profit by 12/31/2017. Now that, everybody, is specific and measurable. So the degree you specify your desires is the degree the universe works with velocity for your desires and expectations to be fulfilled. Now, Nakia has been using this framework and having her business Facebook page be successful. Nakia, any other breakthroughs or breakdowns you would like to share, and what are the current stats? Do we have Nakia with us? We got our technology worked out. Is she in stealth? Nakia.
Okay, it doesn't look like we have the diva with us yet, and I will say that it looks like the Facebook page is in breakdown.
Okay.
Looks like it's in breakdown. More will be revealed. Watch this space.
We do know that last week Nakia explained her reason for her breakdown and had a breakthrough in her own explanation. So, Rhonda B., would you like to share a couple of pitfalls to look out for when creating results with velocity?
Okay, and one big pitfall in creating results with velocity is people overlook building a team. And they overlook it, and especially my friends who do home-based business, network marketing types of things, where you would think that it would all be about team, but what they fail to grasp is there's a, quote, let's say a sales team who does sales stuff. That's what it is. But what about the team for your business? You may have a product that you sell and whatever, or you may be whether it's home-based, network, or whatever. what is your team that's your team strictly for you and whatever business. See, that's your team. And that's the one that most people overlook building. They don't build a team for their business or for what they're trying to produce. That's not about the product. It's about them as a business or the organization or what they're creating. So you may have a team that they never sell a product. That's not their job. Their job is to be your team. So they may do the marketing, or they may manage the marketing for you. You may have someone on your team that takes care of you. They're your they're your course leader support, so that whenever you do courses, they're the person that makes sure that you're fed and any ancillary admin duties that need to be handled are handled, so that you can fully be present to the attendees in your seminar. That person. Yeah, and we'll get caught up into, I need people to help me, sell or become members, and we don't look at creating a team that fully supports whatever you're up to. Old Grumpy Radio. Now, Old Grumpy Radio, we have a whole bunch of teams that produce different shows, and so the team that does Bluntly Speaking, they have nothing to do with the team that does Prosperous Divas. Nothing. They're totally different, but they have their own support structure. And then the people that support us, so that we can have everything, independent of the network itself. So that's a big pitfall, is that we overlook the power of team, and that is one of your biggest structures, one of the biggest structures to be able to share possibilities and have your environment listen you as the possibilities you create. That's one of the biggest, strongest structure. A team that listens to you as your possibility, as what you're creating from possibility, not the particular, let's say, income channel or project channel. That's not their interest. It's you. And some of us we'll be on everybody's team, but we don't have our team.
Come on.
We are team players, and I got some military folks. We got a veteran here too, who they're just like they'll go to the mat for their team, but they need their own team that's going to the mat for them. Okay, so and we're going to get into that again. That's part of your structures. But one of the most powerful one is a team that their whole thing is listening to you as the possibilities that you create and share. All right, now up back to you, Diva Nikki, unless Diva Nakia will say, did we get her stealth mode in? Okay, no. All right, back to you.
Okay, and I want to thank you for saying what you said about the team, because that's a confirmation for me for something that I recently started working on for myself. And even in fact, I'm in Florida right now at another business event, and I was talking to the host of the event and asking part of their program that they're offering was, I asked them, did they have a part where they included teaching people how to manage multiple streams of income and master it. So, because I have met several, y'all know me, it's Mr. Nikki, the name is not there, it's not just cute, it's real. And so he said, he said, no, we don't. I think, like in the marketing of the different streams and stuff like that, I said, I'm pretty good at managing money because I am. But when it comes to having multiple streams of income and managing, the marketing and everything for all of it, and keeping them separate, and he said no. So then I thought about it. I said, on a break, it just dawned like, duh, you hire people. You don't have to do it. Like, duh. You pay somebody else to handle each area, Zoe.
And that's really, Diva Nikki, and I just really want to say that that was really great. Because see, our convictions and unanswerable questions will have us do stuff ourselves. Because that's this whole thing. It'll have us be lone wolves. And we may find it easy to be part on a team because you can hide.
Mm-hmm.
So you can hide people join teams so that they can hide. They're saying that you're like, man, why ain't you leading the team? Why you meet those people, you go like, man, why are you here? You got Papa, and they're hiding. Now they don't know they're hiding. I couldn't do. I wouldn't want that responsibility. That's nothing but that conviction and unanswerable question, running the show, keeping everything in place.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, but that is so powerful, and like Diva Nikki said, well, like, hey, I can. They're the teams that you look at. What do I need to get done? Well, I need to bring in these elements, like a contractor building a house. The general contractor does not. They bring in the components that are needed to get the job done. And that's a whole nother level. Now, I'm going to say the level that we'll be discussing next week as part of the structure is, part of it, I'm just going to give you an insight, it's called enrollment. And that's where you're not paying people. Not saying that you're trying to avoid paying people. This is your team. This is the team that is not about getting paid. It's about the possibilities that you're creating and sharing, and they want to make a difference, and they want to make a difference. So they're bringing their power to the party. Oh, Diva Nikki, I see what you're doing, but, Diva Nikki, you really need an upgrade in your video production and all of that. Well, you know what? I'm going to take care of that for you. I'm going to take care of that part before I got that handled. Because I want to be able to make a difference for what you're up to. I got that handled. Or as part of or as part of a partnership. Hey, look, I got great content. But you know what, man, we ain't got the kind of budget to handle the fancy video for the volume of content. Now, we're doing one thing a month, yeah. But you know what, we just ain't got that. Now, for what you're doing and what you're trying to deliver to your clients, we got great content that your clients need to see. Hey, can we partner up? Okay, and that might be, since you got the video production handled to make this a class act, and hey, because of that, we can provide that content, and what you would have to spend gets dramatically reduced because, hey, you're our partners, you're taking care of having our video content look glamorous. Things start opening up because it's not about you having to do everything. It's about you sharing in a way where people want to do. Now, but I love that. Duh, I don't have to do. And isn't that freeing when you can start planning where it's like, I'm not doing this, but this is what has to be done. You start seeing stuff. You start seeing, and then you can start getting creative. Well, since I'm not worried about me having to do it, You know, and then if you take it further out, what if money is not the issue?
Right.
Yeah. What if me and money ain't the issue? And you start creating there. Yeah, which would be like from the future. Because in the future, money is no issue, and you aren't either.
That's
now,
right.
in our final segment, we are either joined by Diva Nakia Franklin for the Divine Mind Prosperity Blaster, or you get to have Nikki one more time. I think they'd enjoy that. I enjoy the stuff that, you know, like I said, hey, when you're hanging around divas, you got to get what you can out the deal. Now, we're taking a 5-minute break. The time is 6:23.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I believe we have some homework assignments.
Oh, we gave them we were so nice and didn't give them an assignment. You're okay. Give them the assignment to take us to break.
Okay. So, now that we have done the framework and, you know, practice discussion, your assignment for this week is to choose something from your list, get busy, and create a result that will demonstrate your power in producing results with velocity. Use the framework that we have set up for you. And now we are going to go into our break. It's a 5-minute break. The time is now 6:22. Please return at 6:27, and we'll see you on the other side of the break.
Guidance. Divine light illumines my mind and guides my way. In the process of seeking answers in life, I may list pros and cons, research options, or consult with others to increase my knowledge and widen my perspective. Then comes the most important step, when I turn it all over to God. Divine guidance comes as insight with a feeling and sense of right. It also brings peacefulness and joy in knowing the answer has come. The guidance comes in ways I cannot ignore and that my heart recognizes as true. I rest in peaceful, trusting anticipation, where I know my path reveals itself. I have faith that divine light will steer me always toward my highest good. I await the light of insight, the signs of answers revealed, and the dawn of understanding that always comes. I am the light of the world. John 8:12.
Looking back, it seems it's all a dream. I'm not just saying this for being mean. It's just my story and it's just my side. Sit back sometimes, 'cause it's gonna take a while. Looking back, it seems it's all a dream. I'm not just saying this for being mean. It's just my story and it's just my side. Sit back sometimes, 'cause it's gonna take a while. I can't sleep at night. I ain't thinking right. Redeem me. Because I pawned my life somehow, now ransom is due. She had it all. Reverence with no consequence, so it seemed. None of her actions seemed binding, so it seemed. Guided with no responsibility as my world fails me. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like Egyptian days. Orange, sun, warm, sand, Hebrew scorn like Moses coming down from the mountain. African slave like Hebrew, you've been warned. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like gang fights, territorial, same struggle, different bubble. Mothers huddle to comfort one another. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like mom and daddy had a fight last night. Woke up, no eyesight. Cooked breakfast like everything was all right. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like sending our boys overseas to fight. Doing it for our country don't make it right, because family still can't sleep at night. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like Papa didn't have it. You're no longer in the baby carriage. Fly, little bird, fly. Forcing you to move forward 3 weeks, no phone call. You pissed off, she pays for it. Because just like mama, she gives up her mortgage, and daddy don't even know it. Sounds like redemption. I want my daughters back, white and black. Mesmerized by crack, used to be fat. P-H-A-T, pretty hot and tempting. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like I want my innocence back. He stole it, she know it, and she always knew that. Now she's raising a stepdaughter / granddaughter. Water under the bridge, hell no, manslaughter. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like New World Order. Bartering won't be enough. Slaughtering will be a must. Survival will be tough. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like persecution with no conscience. Prosecution with no hunches. He died for no one's death. Let your child go to jail for accidental death. Jesus' love put to the test. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like 10 words or less. Forgive them, Lord, for they know not what they do. If he can forgive, so can you. Sounds like redemption. Looking back, it seems it's all a dream. I'm not just saying this for being mean. It's just my story and it's just my side. Sit back sometime, 'cause this gon' take a while. Looking back, it seems it's all a dream. I'm not just saying this for being mean. It's just my story and it's just my side. Sit back sometime, 'cause it's gon' take a while. Redemption.
Snap, snap. That was Punkin from Pluto with Redemption. But now it's time.
I'll jingle my keys. Jingle my keys.
And now, do we have Diva Nakia in the house? Let's see if she's in stealth mode. Let's check. Okay, it looks like we must have had a problem this week. And much love to you, Diva Nakia. But we have the other diva to fill in. Diva Nikki, take over that Divine Mind Prosperity Blaster for your fellow diva.
Welcome back. I am Nakia, and I have a great divine. Just kidding. To start, I try to emulate the diva's voice, but here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Of course, I am Diva Nikki, and I have a great Divine Mind Prosperity Blaster for you this week, and I will be doing this in the place of and for Diva Nakia. So, our Prosperity Blaster is the opportunity in front of you. When there's an opening, take it. When there's progress to be made, make it. Even if it's not convenient or comfortable, do what you must. Although it may be far from the ideal situation, take the opportunity that's in front of you. Stay true to your values and do what you must. Carry with you the heights of expectation and seize the opportunity of here and now. Fulfill the possibilities of this day, then prepare yourself to work on the next one. New possibilities are always arriving, and they appear first to whoever is already on the move. The opportunity in front of you may not be the best one you've ever seen. Even so, seizing that opportunity will prepare you and align you with the next opportunity, which could very well be much better. There's nothing gained by waiting for something better to come along. Go with the opportunity in front of you and get yourself in the habit of achievement. Team share what is present for you about you. So, I'm going to say that I co-sign about the opportunity. And that is definitely something that I not only co-sign, but I live by. And I am utterly convinced in this moment that because of that is why I land in the positions that I land in, even currently. And the same with the power of words. So a prime example of that is right now, I'm in Florida at a real estate investing event, which I've been interested in saying that was going to add that as an income stream, right? Since 2015. But in 2015, what was present, the opportunity that was present at that time was something for me to see, but it wasn't the opportunity that I needed to get me to my next level. But it was the opportunity for me to see, to go to another and another and another, to be here where I am now, to say this. There's the opportunity that fits my needs to go to the next level. But had I not taken advantage of the other opportunities, had I said, no, I'm just going to sit it out, or had I complained, had I given up, I wouldn't be where I am today at this very moment as we sit here on this webinar.
My suspicion was it wasn't a whole lot of complaining. But something I got present to in what you were saying, Diva Nikki, is that waiting. And I've seen so many people wait for, quote, perfection or the better thing to come along the way, that the value that they would have gotten out of working with the opportunity that was there before them, when that big thing did show up, they were totally lacked any type of preparation to receive it. You know, it's like, well, yeah, now it's upon you, but it's too late because now you don't have what's needed to be able to take advantage of the opportunity.
Right.
Something that I learned, I shared a couple of sessions ago, was a dear uncle of mine who I learned a lot from him about business. And the things that I learned were, one of the things I learned from him, and I'm just going to say this, is that he always felt that if you were the person that came up with the idea and you put it all together, you should run the show. And what I learned is that if you may have a great idea, but if you don't have the structure to fulfill it, it ain't going nowhere. If someone else or some other organization does have the structure to fulfill it, get it fulfilled. Because then that's on your record. Hey, I had a great idea. I didn't have a structure to fulfill it, but I learned how to present it where those who could take advantage, and I got a little piece of that. Now, in my uncle's case, his little piece for bottled water, before bottled water became $1 billion industry, was 0.25%. And he was like, well, hey, I should get 51. It's my idea. I should get 51%. But see, he didn't own the water. He didn't own the pipes. He didn't own the distribution. Now you can say, well, hey, he should have worked on getting all of that. Why work on getting all of that when you can get 0.25%? Now, what's 0.25% of a $30 billion industry? Wouldn't that be like 30, 40 million, 30-something million?
Right. Yeah.
And what are you doing for that? Nothing. Even if it's 3 million a year, what are you doing? And what I got was that the other part is that ain't your last idea. We have the power to create. We can create new ideas. But get that one on the books. Hey, I took that opportunity. Everyone did well. Hey, I made what I made out of it. But look, everybody did well. Well, that's on my record. Hey, you work with Ronnie, you do. Now, maybe that next deal, now, man, last time we did that deal, Diva Nikki, now you got 95, I got 5. I'm a little better situated. Maybe we can do 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
Since you ain't got to bring everything to the party. So that's what I got present out of that.
I like it. Mm-hmm. So, thank you, Ronnie B. Now we are going to create the following categories: relationship, health, spiritual, wealth. And under each category, write 3 situations where you feel you missed an opportunity. Under each situation, being present to your conviction and the question that can be answered, write what is there about the situation that is proving or disproving your conviction. And how does the question come into play? Now, here's the hint. The question always leaves you with doubt.
What should I do? What should I do now?
What should I do now? Mm-hmm.
Well, what if that happens? What should I do?
And use the Divas framework to produce a result with velocity and get to work. Let me see if there's anything I'd like to share in that about that.
Well, I have a quick one that I want for those of you who are working on your conviction and the question. You may need to ask. Sometimes you have to interview people, but if you have siblings. If you have siblings, it's usually pretty easy because you can call them and ask them what would everybody say that you were like as a kid, and and you got to get them out of the because they'll want that you were a good kid, you were always the nice kid, blah blah blah. You want them to say something like everybody thought you were mean. You were mean. That everybody thought. Now they know because they're your sibling. But they can pick up. They may be able to jog your memory. So if you got siblings, because it's as a kid, and oftentimes other kids pick up on it. So and it wouldn't have been that you're harsh, because that's something adults say. But as a kid, you're just you're mean. Or something like that. So, again, check with your siblings, and, and if you have to figure out, well, how can I ask them this without them thinking that, I'm taking therapy, you figure it out. You say something to them, then, so, hey, go for it.
Well, I can't think of anything else, myself on that part. So I'm going to just go right on back in the gear. Keep a daily log or post daily on Facebook. Any results or insights, and please share them with the Prosperous Divas. Now, for our next session is Sunday, July 30th. Check our website for registration and details, or visit us on Facebook. I am Diva Nikki, so I'm going to tell you how you can contact me, all right? You can reach me at Facebook.com, of course, at Narciss Nikki Chaplin, or you can just put in Nikki Chaplin and I'll pop on up. You can also follow me for business on my business page, Business Solutions. I also have a entrepreneur page with Entrepreneur Nikki, and I would like to share with you about another aspect of Diva Nikki. I'm also a poet, and I have recently released for sale and for your listening pleasure an intimate poetic piece called Joyride, and it is on CD Baby under Fertile Spirit. Now, Diva Nakia couldn't be with us tonight, but you can visit her at appointedtimeforyou.com. Please join her movement. And for more information about workshops and seminars, visit us at our prosperousdivas.com website and on our Prosperous Divas Facebook page. Tonight's Prosperous Divas were of course me, Diva Nikki, and Ronnie B. Please enjoy another selection from Shani, the original Sunshine Princess of Poetry. Prosperous Divas. Prosperity is a mindset that can be created by anyone. Good night.
Yes, he loves me. From my head to my toes, all the way through to my soul. My flaws, my imperfections are perfect. What you call mistakes, he calls lessons. What you call luck, I call blessings. So no, I'm not restless. I know that I'm destined to shed a few tears, and no, I don't mean 3. I mean as many as it takes, because each tear will give me clarity. Allow me to see clearly that I am made in his image, shown how to give and taught how to receive what he has to offer me. He loves me. They ask me, do I believe? Well, if you have to ask that question, then you really don't know me. But he knows me. He knows how to console me. He knows how to move me. I know with him, I'm never lonely. With him, I'm never hungry, because he feeds my mind, body, and soul. And I'm full of the knowledge that he gives, and I'm thankful for the nourishment that he provides my inner being. He shows me how to find things that I think are missing, because he says that I'm complete. He's just adjusting me. That's how I found peace. He taught me how to truly love me, reminding me that my body is my temple, and yes, it is that simple. I'm covered by his grace, so I'm not afraid to face my yesterdays, my todays, or my tomorrows, realizing that I am on borrowed time, his timeline. And you may not recognize, but that means that I'm doing just fine. I'm no longer just trying to survive. I'm living life, and I'm free. Free from the nightmares that used to haunt me, and free from the demons that used to taunt me. But he released me and let me know that it's okay to be me. I don't have to pretend to be something or someone else, because I'm exactly what he made me to be. He loves me. And even when I've only managed to give him half, he gives me himself whole. He said that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. So when people hurt me, he knows. He whispers when the battle's not mine, so I don't have to waste precious time. My, his love is good. Have you tried him? See, he can do what no man or woman can ever do for me. He truly loves me. So I love him for always being there. His gentleness in showing me that he cares. I know he may not come when I call him, but he's always there. I love him for keeping me safe in his warm embrace. He has never forsaken me, never just left me. Do you see how he has kept me? Open your eyes and see how he's kept you. Do you know that he loves you? I do. I truly do. And I know that he loves me too. So let me say this to everyone so they can hear me clearly. He loves me. I don't know what he sees in me, but I know that he loves me. He loves me. He loves me.
Hey, hey.